Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me? Oh, now you can hear me. So this happens. I don't know, there must be some kind of something here, but there's always a void space. So please do, I'm a nice person. Come closer. Kuriin. It's so fantastic to see so many of you here. What a fantastic turnout. And my first year of being elected was during COVID, and so we didn't have these events. And it's just so wonderful to actually be meeting people who are working hard in Scotland face to face, and to be able to be part of this exciting conversation and event this evening, and to be celebrating the Social Enterprise Scotland Awards. And it's really an honour that I've been asked to host you all this evening. So I'm going to open with a few words and then pass on to Chris and Shona. So Scotland's renewal following COVID-19 and its response to future challenges, including the climate crisis, must be rooted in fairness and equality. Social enterprises are central to this work, and we are hugely fortunate to have such vibrant social enterprise sector represented here tonight. Social enterprises across Scotland are characterised by kindness and compassion, and led by creative, caring entrepreneurs dedicated to making a positive difference in their communities, in your communities. My party, the Scottish Greens, sees social enterprises as central to an economic approach that prioritises social impact and well-being, alongside creating opportunities for high-quality jobs and building wealth in our communities. Social enterprises do business differently, and they do it well, supporting more than 80,000 jobs and contributing over 2.3 billion to the Scottish economy. They're also more likely than traditional business models to be led by women. Social enterprises demonstrate how Scotland's businesses can help us work towards a well-being economy through prioritising sustainable growth, environmental responsibility, and opportunities for all. Increasingly, we're seeing social enterprises delivering vital public services, ensuring the jobs and income generated by public funds benefit the communities they serve, not offshore investors. And most economic decisions are still made out with communities they affect. This often leaves communities vulnerable and over-dependent on the whims of the global market. Greens believe that to achieve ecological, political, and economic self-reliance, the decisions that drive our economy must be taken as far as possible at community level. Nationally, our role is to support that by putting social enterprise at the heart of economic development, policy, and practice. And I'm sure that I'm sure, in common with many of you, I'm keen to have more conversations this evening with the amazing people representing their organizations here tonight, and to find out what more we as MSPs can do to support this vital sector to flourish. And naturally, with the rapid uptake of the social enterprise model in Scotland over the last 10 or 15 years, it becomes essential to establish a representative body to ensure a stronger collective voice. Social Enterprise Scotland is such an organisation, and to say more about their work and announce this year's winners, I'd like to introduce Chris Martin and Shona Sinclair.
Thank you, Ariane. And can I just say thank you for hosting us tonight. It's a real honour to be here at the Scottish Parliament. And I was really surprised. I just tapped Shona and said, well, this is a great opportunity to burst into rapturous applause. Did you hear the start of that speech? You know, this is our government, and our government absolutely get what we're doing on the ground, around the country, changing people's lives in local communities. And as an intermediary, it's often difficult to, not impossible, but to report on primary impact. It's often secondary or tertiary sometimes. We're so delighted to be here celebrating your impact and the impact that you're making in local communities. The awards have been going since 2009. Can you believe it? We had a long, hard look in 2020 and thought, because these things don't happen overnight. We should start planning them April, May time. And we spoke as a team and as a board and said, where are we going to be in November this year? And we made the decision that we knew how resilient social enterprises are. And I won't use the word pivot, but we knew how people would bounce back and be able to serve the local constituents in ways they couldn't imagine in March and April that year. So we went digital, obviously, and we've done digital for a couple of years now, but it's so good to be back. It's so good to be back in person. The team said, should we do 2 hours this year? And every session I've been at, people have said the best bit is actually talking to people again. It's like we forgot how to network. And it's just great to engage with people again. So I'm just going to introduce my chair, Shona, and she's going to say a couple of words before we hand out the awards.
Thank you, Chris, and to Ariane for hosting this evening, and delighted to be with everybody here this evening. And I mean, it's kind of ditto. I mean, just, Ariane, your words there about why we're all here, Chris, what this means to us all to come together now more than ever after the years that we've gone through, and what we're all achieving with social enterprises and the economy is remarkable. So we're here to welcome you to the awards, and also to recognise that these awards are in support of the UK-wide programme that you'll all know of that runs at the same time. And this is such a great opportunity for us to come together, celebrating this success amongst the social enterprises that you all run and work with, and to network, as Chris says, with each other actually in person. I kind of looked when he said business attire, and I thought, I don't know what that actually means anymore, so there you go. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I just continue to be inspired, the incredible work delivered across Scotland by social enterprises and wider afield. And just reading through the shortlist, having the privilege to look at that and just seeing how amazing it is that everything is happening. And as we say, it sounds a bit repetitive now, year after year, another year like last year, the challenges that people are now facing. We thought we'd come through COVID, and now we've got even more things to address and face. But the resilience and the agility that we see in the sector by you all, and is highlighted in these applications that are coming through. And, it just reinforces, as you've just heard, the critical role social enterprise plays in so many of our communities. So I look forward to hearing the announcements as we go through this evening's, because that's why you're here, that's what you want to move on to. But I'd like to say to all those that applied and all nominees, and to those social enterprises that have supported their communities in the past year, congratulations, because without you, there is no social enterprise sector. So I'd like to give a huge thanks to all our sponsors of the awards, Keegan and Pennykidd, Bold Studio, Social Enterprise Academy, Health and Social Care Alliance Scotland, Circular Communities Scotland, Highlands and Islands Enterprise, and South of Scotland Enterprise. Many thanks to you all, and I know many of you are here joining us tonight. And an additional big thanks as well to our awards judging panel, which is made up of our sponsors and our previous winners from 2021. So thank you all who've put the time in to judge these awards this year for us. And these fantastic award trophies, which I see are still covered up, have been made by Jangling Space and the Workshop Aberfeldy. And this is a continuation of our commitment to involve creative social entrepreneurs as part of the awards programme. So I shall now ask Irene Mosota, fellow board member of Social Enterprise Scotland, to confirm the shortlisted organisations in each category and announce the winners of the Social Enterprise Awards Scotland 2022.
Thank you very much, Shona. And I have the great job of actually reading out the winners. And it's the first time actually reading in public loudly, so I'm hoping I'm still able to do that. So without really taking up more time and getting in the way of your wine and food later, I'm going to go right ahead and look at the first category. So we have the first category, which is Health and Social Care Award. And this category is sponsored by Health and Social Care Alliance Scotland. And for the shortlist of this category, we have Care Opinion Scotland, Lingo Flamingo, Melo Parenting, Moffitt Gentle Movement Project, Smile Counseling. And the winner for this award is Lingo Flamingo. And the second award and the category being Environmental Social Enterprise. And the category sponsor for this award is Circular Communities Scotland. And the shortlist for this award is Apparel Exchange and more on wood recycling, Sustainable Thinking Scotland CIC, the Bike Station, and wood recyclability. And the winner is Wood Recyclability Scotland. And the third one, Market Builder Award. The category sponsor is Social Enterprise Academy, and the shortlist for this category is Supplier Development Program and Social Supermarket, and the winner for this is Social Supermarket. And the fourth category, One to Watch. The sponsor for this category is Bold. And for the shortlist, we have Coffee Saints, Kindness and Co CIC, Make Do and Grow CIC. And the winner for this award is Coffee Saints. And the fifth award is for Social Enterprise of the Year. The category sponsor is Keegan and Penny Cade. And the shortlist for this is Edinburgh Remakery, Hey Girls CIC, Just Trading Scotland, Scran Academy, The Ladder. And the winner is Hey Girls CIC. And the sixth category is Social Enterprise Champion. The category is sponsored by South of Scotland Enterprise and Highlands and Islands Enterprise. And the shortlist for this category is, the Social Enterprise Champion. And the shortlist is Lorraine Close, Outreach Director of Edinburgh Community Yoga, June Dixon, Director of Environmental Health CIC, Catherine Jones, Social Enterprise Manager at Grassmarket Community Project. Adam Leishman, Volunteer of Warehouse Operative, Fairshare Glasgow and the West of Scotland. And for this category, the judging panel identified there were 2 strong contenders. So we felt it necessary to have 2 winners for this category because they were not comparable in terms of what they did. So, and for the Social Enterprise Champion, the winner is Catherine Jones, Grassmarket Community. And the volunteer champion is Adam Leishman, Fairshare Glasgow and West of Scotland. Thank you. That's everyone. Congratulations, all the winners.
Thank you, Irene, for taking that mantle of responsibility. It's never easy, and we really appreciate you handing out the awards. And you know, I try not to use a script, but when it comes to thanking people, I always write it all down. So again, thank you to Ariane Burgess for MSP for hosting us tonight. I'm sure you'll agree that all the winners were very worthy. And what we do is we've actually commissioned videos to be publicity videos, marketing videos, to be done. We obviously couldn't record them in advance because the winners would know. So they'll start next week, and the work up to the awards at SE UK in London on the 8th, and we'll be launching one a week up until the 8th of December. So we'll be in touch with your social enterprise. Watch out for Friday at 11 o'clock. We'll be promoting these through our network, so you'll be able to see all the good work that's going on. It'd be remiss of me not to thank everyone, though, who applied. We had roughly 60 applications this year, which I think is incredible, and testament to the work everyone's doing out there. And it's never an easy job. I think I saw Peter Holbrook. Peter, one of the first bits of advice he said to me when I got this job was never touch the awards. Don't judge. And I've never done that. And Jonathan's done a great job leading this for us over the years. And the judges and the previous winners take responsibility. So if you've won tonight, we'll be knocking on your door next year to come and help us. I'd like to thank the parliamentary events team. They've been amazing. They've been very supportive in helping Kate and the team work out all the logistics. And I think when I was here last in 2019, I only had to thank Kate, Jonathan, and Duncan. Is that right? But the team's grown this year, and you know, there's so many people been involved. And Hannah, Dennis, Georgie, Janice, Jane, Kim, another Hannah. We've just recruited 2 Hannahs to make things confusing, and Margaret and Beverly, and of course the board as well. The board give up their time to shortlist all the nominations, so the judges have got something to look at. So thank you for all your feedback. I wanted to, before I invite everyone to the after party, take a couple minutes just to reflect on, because you know, Shona was right. You know, we had a wave of COVID. We're coming into a wave of cost of living crisis, and we've got a climate emergency just over the peak of that as well. And we wrote a letter to the government today across cabinet, actually asking for a £20 million fund. We looked at the data, and there's a lot of social enterprises are struggling just now, and a lot are going to be struggling into the new year and through a bleak winter. What I was really heartened by was looking at the data. We were able to tell the finance minister that the £25 million investment that went to the social enterprises in the third sector, the trading enterprise in third sector through the third sector resilience fund, actually generated £1.7 billion to the Scottish economy, GVA. And I think that's amazing. You know, not just talking about the social and environmental impact, but we can put this hard data on ministers' desks and say, listen, you know, this 20 million fund might be the difference. Not just, you know, create an impact in your local communities, but in making sure Scotland is a fairer and more just country. We published that letter on our website today, and we would just implore you, if you're a social enterprise facing rising costs, wondering how you're going to meet the real living wage costs and everything else on top of that, please write to your local MSP and please get something on their desk because people are listening, people are talking about it as well in Parliament, and it's an opportunity for us to make sure the sector comes out ahead of this as well. We have got another kind of 45 minutes until we close, and so the good old networking that I talked about at the start, we'll have plenty of time for. But we'll also invite you all to Holyrood 9A, which is just up, if you turn left outside Parliament, I think we come out that door anyway, head up the street, and on your right-hand side, if you get to the castle, you've gone too far. It's on the right-hand side. We invite you there for a drink. We bought some drinks behind the bar for everyone, and there's some food on as well. So thank you, everyone. Thank you to you, and I think you all deserve a round of applause. And I'm sorry, but my comms and marketing manager's screaming, buy social at me. We've just launched an e-commerce platform to encourage people to make ethical choices this Christmas. There's almost 200 social enterprises on the platform. If you're selling a product or service and you're not on the platform, go speak to Dennis. Can we wave Dennis or Hannah? And if you're on it already, brilliant. Let's buy from each other. You know, let's make sure we purchase ethically. We spend our money and our supply chains on people that are making a difference in our communities. Thank you.